I've been waiting for you.
Hello everybody, it is BYG Agami back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing a discussion or open question, whatever you guys want to call it, on who was the best rare hunter. And some stuff that you guys should know is that I'm only going to be talking about the rare hunters that appeared in Battle City Part 1 because that's truly when they appeared. In addition to that, I'm also going to be talking about the people that were part of duels, but I'm also going to be excluding Merrick along with Odeon because I think they're rare hunters, of course, but they did much more important stuff than just, the low tier stuff, if you guys understand what I'm trying to say. So let's talk about the first rare hunter being Bandit Keith. He appears, I think, in episode 52, somewhere around there, and he is shown dueling Yugi, and he is under the influence of mind control by Merrick. And it's essentially Merrick doing all the dirty work, and we really don't get to see anything of Keith. And the truth is, towards the later end of that duel, Keith doesn't even know he's there. So he's sort of a rare hunter, but he was basically a setup. And then let's move on to the next one, being the Seeker. And I love this one. Fun fact, right? Fun fact. My favorite duel in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a Tim versus the rare hunter that took place during the, I think that was the first duel in all of Battle City, besides, of course, Jinochi versus the rare hunter. But that's my favorite duel. I love that duel a lot. But essentially, what I like about this rare hunter, the Seeker, that has the Exodia cards, is that he put a lot of tension on Joey. Because Joey had this card called the Red Eyes Black Dragon, or he still has it. And the rare hunter took that card away from Joey, and he was just completely mind. But he was just completely mind. And the thing is, he went to this beach, and the dub cut this part out. So he's at the beach, right, and he's sort of complaining that he lost his red eyes and he can't think straight. And then Honda, Anzu, along with Yugi are looking for him, and then Honda finds Jinochi at the beach, and Shizuka, or Serenity, was going to get her eye operation, and she was waiting until her brother to come, and Joey wasn't going because he lost his red eyes. And I love this scene because Honda punches, just gives him a right hook across the face, across Jinochi's face actually, and Jinochi snaps back into it. And what I love about this rare hunter is that he put a lot of stress on Jinochi. In addition to that, he also was a problem for a Tim because a Tim didn't know that he had Exodia, and I like that they brought up Exodia as well. Now let's move on to the next one, who is Arcana, or Pandora, whatever you guys want to call him. And what I like about Pandora is that even though he really had no background with a Tim, and he really didn't put that much stress on Yugi or the Pharaoh, it's just the cards that he was using. He was using a Black Magician or Dark Magician, whatever you guys want to call him. And I like that it was sort of a duel between who was the better person with spellcaster cards, or the better duelist that had Dark Magician. And of course, the Pharaoh gets up on top. And the duel is very similar to the one that takes place in Duelist Kingdom with Panic, which is that Panic sort of locked a Tim up in, I think it was chains right on the feet, and the loser gets flames onto their body. And the Pharaoh wins that duel because he is the Pharaoh, and he's not going to lose to a chum like Panic. But still, this duel is very similar because their lives were at risk in both duels. Well, at least Yugi's life was at risk for both duels. And in this duel, it's that Yami Yugi had chains on the bottom of his feet. He was stuck in this place. And as his life points went down for both Pandora and a Tim, the chain, or the saw blade, whatever you want to call it, was getting closer to their legs. And once it hit zero, their legs were going to get chopped off. And of course, Yugi gets up on top and wins that duel as well. But I like Pandora's backstory. I will give him that. But in terms of being a rare hunter, I think he lacked. Because yes, he sort of got the job done, but he still wasn't a threat, in my opinion. And he wasn't a threat to Yugi's friends. Now let's move on to this person, Silent Doll, or Strings, whatever you guys want to call him. And Strings is just the quiet one. He really does not speak at all. But Strings was under the manipulation of Merrick as well. And he used the God card against Yugi, or a Tim, and put him in a corner. That duel was amazing to see. And I just love the combo that a Tim used against Slifer, which made him win the duel. And I will give Silent Doll that. The fact that he was able to put a Tim in a corner and really show us why a Tim is the king of games, and think of this wonderful strategy. And I also like that Kaiba came in. I remember watching it. This was one of my favorite moments throughout the duel. When Kaiba came in And oh yeah. And when I mean backed up in a corner, I seriously mean that. I mean, Tim was on his knees, just completely like he was in shock. He didn't know what to do, and then Kaiba just comes out of nowhere and says, "Yo, get up, man. You really gonna lose to someone like this?" Or he says something like that, just basically giving Yami Yugi some motivation. So I will give Silent Doll that he was able to put a Tim in a corner. But now let's move on to the final two rare hunters, that being Loomis, or in the Japanese version known as Mask of Light. In addition to that, his other partner, the half, Umbra, who is known as Mask of Darkness. And first of all, let's just start off with the duel. I love the duel. So they have two duels with Yugi and Kaiba. The first being like a little simple duel, and they get murked. They get completely murked, and then they're on this building, and essentially in the building they're on a glass floor that has a bomb onto it, and if they lose, glass shatters and they're gonna die. But what I like more about this duel is that there's so much at stake, because Junichi, Tim is rushing to get Junichi because Merrick has him. And one other thing I do want to talk about is that there's many aspects in this duel, like not even the fact that their life's at risk, which is one, and the fact that Tim is in a rush to save his friend Junichi, but the fact that Kaiba was not cooperating at all whatsoever, I would say in 85 to 75% of the duel. And Tim brings that up a lot in the subversion. He's like, Kaiba needs to learn about cooperation. Once he learns about cooperation, then he's really going to start to become better in tag team duels. In addition, they're going to win the duel as well. Now, let's talk about Loomis. I think Loomis was much more of the smarter one in the duel. He was the one that was giving off more of the plans and stuff, while Umbra was sort of the back, and I think he was the one that had more of the trap cards, right? I may be incorrect on that, and I do apologize, but the thing is, Yugi and Kaiba, their teamwork was so strong in that duel that they made Mask of Darkness along with Mask of Lightness go against each other, and I do like that. But now let's talk about who is the best rare hunter. And I have three in mind right now. One being the Seeker, just the fact that he put Junichi in a corner and he made Junichi skip his sister's eye operation just from taking a card away. I mean, that's pretty badass, and that's really strong to do. Like, I mean, shit, we all know that Joey or Junichi is a strong-headed character. Like, you can't just get to his mind. And the fact that the Seeker was able to do that is really, really kind of strange and at the same time strong. Also, the fact that he carried Exodia, which I thought was cool. But the other two I have in mind is Mask of Light and Mask of Darkness. I don't know, I just like their teamwork and what was at stake in that duel. Yugi and Kaiba's life, not even that. Also, Kaiba wasn't cooperating. Kaiba did learn a lesson, which I think is also cool. And the other being Junichi, like they were in a rush to save Junichi. So I think I've come up with an answer, and that is Mask of Light and Mask of Darkness. I really think that their duel, along with what they were doing, had more stakes to the heroes of Yu-Gi-Oh! So I guess that's it. I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below on who do you think was the best rare hunter. Leave a like, subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Content. In addition to that, check out the Facebook and Twitter fan page, which is linked down below in the description.